So while I'm on a roll with the classic cars, I figured I'd pull another one out of the stash. This one, another icon from the 60s and 70s, a Tomaso Pantera, also probably known as a Ford Pantera, but it's mainly just the body style. The engine underneath, in this case, is not even visible in this kit, and is probably the only thing that would have been changed on the actual cars themselves. So let's move on into a bit more of a quick look through, and then the detail parts. So as you might have seen during that quick unboxing, there are not really that much parts in this kit. It's not really that detailed either. It does have a nicely detailed dashboard and also some racing seats. These are not the seats that are supposed to be in this car, if I'm correct. They look way too modern for this car. However, I don't really know if I have replacements, so I might just need to use them. The steering wheel is also nicely detailed, and so are the window wipers. However, during that unboxing I noticed this shift boot. It has 3 gears. Now I know that most cars back in the day did have 4, and later on they moved to 5, but 3? Really? Or actually 2? Still needs to go in reverse as well? Well, might just be me, but let me know in the comments below if I'm right or wrong in this case. Just to me it looks kinda wrong. The door cards aren't really that detailed. It has some detail, but most of it won't ever be seen because the window openings aren't really that big. So just like the main interior, the chassis itself is not really that detailed either. It's just one flat piece. It has some more pieces for the suspension, and also some of the calipers are molded separately so you could paint them, and the discs are also molded in separate pieces as well. The wheels have some nicely molded in details and look to be pretty close to the original wheels that came on the car. Front and rear have different widths, and they also added some more chrome pieces here as well. As far as the wheels, I'm pretty happy with the way they look. However, the tires, I'm not really sure if they look that great. It does seem to be period correct with a really thick sidewall, the nice detailing on the tires themselves, and the thread pattern. I might just have to see if they will work in the end. If not, I will look at some other wheels with some other tires on them. In order to still make them spin, they also added some poly caps so you can mount them in there without having to glue them. Comes with a nice clean part of clear parts, no scratches or damage to them. It looks to be really thick, so I'm not really sure why they did it, but as you can see, it's double thickness where the windows themselves are, so that all the window moldings can fit in there and around it. Other details are there. As you can see, it has some nice detail in the clear parts, and also some of the dividers and rear windows, including the taillights, of course. So alongside the wheels, you get one chrome part sprue as well, with just the exhaust tips. A small decal sheet with a couple of emblems, or with one emblem, and some gauges for the interior, and some license plates with a Tomaso Pantera logo on them. Not logo, writing. The body itself is molded in white and has a couple additional pieces. This is for the front, this is for the rear, and also some of the bumperettes are there as well. with some of the lights for on the front too. So just as those separate parts, the main body itself is molded in white. All of these panel lines look to be nice, crisp and wide. They do need a bit more depth, so just a bit of scribing and nothing fancy there. It has some details for the door handles and even a lot of detail for all the trim pieces, including the rubber edges that are supposed to be on there as well. These will need some scribing as some of them are pretty shallow. Other details like the grills in the front are closed in, so if you add too much paint, they will probably disappear.